type of, more creative assessments and learning. Because if you choose to have this creative learning, you must support the teachers and the staff when they do it. And you must have the teachers almost have a script. What will you say to parents if a parent calls you? I never see it as antagonistic. If a parent calls or asks a question or emails me, I think, wow, they actually know what's going on in the school. Number one, that's a positive. Number two, they value and care about their child's education, which is what I would hope. Because that's what I'm in it for. I'm not in it so that I'm the teacher, there's a student, and there's nobody else as part of our team. Our team is parents, students, and children. And so, one, see it as a positive, that here's room for dialogue, here's room for a connect, and then very calmly, very rationally explain Bloom's taxonomy of higher level thinking, explain to them why you're doing this, explain the benefits of the objectives of this lesson. And all parents want to know is if my child is in your class for an hour, you know what you're doing. That's it. You know what you're doing. You actually have a content base and you care about my child. Parents walk into the classroom at the beginning of the year, I've got my scarf hijab on and I'm covered, and they say, what classroom is this? It's U.S. history. I teach U.S. history. And every once in a while I get one of those, hi, Mrs. Syed, I just wanted to meet you. I hear you're teaching U.S. history. And I say, yes, I am. And so so they start giving me the little quizzes. So what did you think was your favorite point during the U.S. History of the last 250 years? And I say, actually, post-Civil War Reconstruction. I think it's a time when we had the Industrial Revolution, and I think there was great growth. There was also great steps backward in civil rights, but we moved forward as an economy. And they're like, great. Their eyes have glazed over. They have no idea what I just said, but they know that I know what I'm talking about, so they just say thank you, and they walk away, and for the rest of the year, I'm good to go. It's a PR. At the very beginning, all they want to know is that you know what you're talking about. If you're teaching Aqidah, that you know the basics of our Aqidah. If you're teaching Quran, that you know a little bit more than the kids. If you're teaching Islamic studies, you have a little bit more information. If you know Sirah, that you love Sirah. Because you can't teach someone to love the Prophet if you don't love the Prophet. And so, yes, this takes a little bit of that initial, step from the administration all the way down to the staff, that we're all on this together, that we'd be okay with you doing something creative. If at all you feel like you need support, come and see us. If at all you feel like your lesson is going to an edge or drawing a line, before you teach it, could you just bounce it off with us? And we'll guide you through it. And so I think, yes, it's not definitely everything's going to go fine or everything's going to go well. There's going to be questions, and those questions should be asked. And we should have the answers for them as educators. So we get to discipline. Why do I go to discipline at the end? Because I think over the last hour, if we've covered everything that's really, really important, you've just minimized a lot of your discipline issues. But I didn't say eliminate. I said minimized, because you will still have those discipline issues. You notice I don't sit down. You notice I'm not behind a podium. I hate the microphone, but they asked me to put it on for the videotaping, because this is how I'm in the classroom. I'm constantly walking in the classroom. How can you doodle if you think at any second the teacher's going to come right behind you and see what you're doing? Right? I believe in nonverbal redirection. There'll be somebody playing with something, and I'll just gently take their hand and put it on the table. I have not stopped teaching. I have not stopped speaking, but I have redirected them. I've let them know non-verbally that I know exactly what they're doing, and I'm not okay with it. So you're very, very clear. Pre-correction. Again, setting that expectation at the very beginning. If they all know the target, they're in the journey with you. So setting expectations, discussion on rules. Again, we're talking about this in May, but it's to prepare you for August. We'll do another one of these in August. Inshallah, we'll do one in December to troubleshoot, inshallah. And then another one next April to do, again, troubleshooting and planning ahead. So that you feel supported, not only by the administration, but in any way in the middle. If you need any questions or anything answered, you can talk to me. The silence signal, it could be, this. And then the kids see the signal. It could be something like saying, come together, please. And then the people in the front hear it. They know come together means they drop what they're doing. They put their eyes on me. And then as they do it and they're suddenly quiet, she notices, well, why are they quiet? Oh, the teacher said come together. Then she's quiet. And then it trickles back. You have to be patient, maybe 10 seconds, but you get the attention. Redirecting. If you're not sure exactly what your desk should look like, would you please look at Ali's desk? If you're not sure what you should have on your desk, would you please look at Mariam's desk? If you're not sure what I needed you to have in class today, would you please look at, Akbar's desk? Versus saying, I told you to put out your notebook and your pencil. So you're looking at someone else and you're making them a model. And then students are being redirected, and then they know what is expected of them. Again, not empty praise, but positive encouragement. I really appreciate the discussion today. I'm going to name 5 leaders that I noticed. And you think, 5 leaders? I only have a class of 13. Yes, 5 leaders. Because if you were going to pick the best leader each time, how many of you know, and the kids know, who that kid is going to be? Right? It's like the same couple of kids. So if I know I can't be like those 2 kids, because they're just born smart, I'm not going to try. But if I can be in the top 5 in a group of 14, well, I got a pretty good chance to be a top 5 in a group of 14. That's like 30%. I can be in the top 30% of any classroom. So you want to encourage and praise or appreciate the efforts of, I say, between 10 and 30% of your classroom at any given time. And if your lessons are varied, like one is like a discussion and one is a kinesthetic and one is a moving around to fly swat something on the wall, you're going to have different kids be those top 5 kids. So then everybody in the class has a chance to be there. And then they know you're pleased. And really, hands down, in the end, the reason kids are not well behaved is because they think you won't be happy with them anyway. Students, children, even adults, we're pleasers. I'm in my 30s. I call my mom every single day to tell her what I did right, hoping she'll say, "Acha bete, mashallah." And she tells me when I've done something wrong. Right? So we are pleasers. More than anything else out of today, I want Mahmoud uncle and Khader uncle to walk away going, we did something right with her. She looked so wrong 20 years ago, but we did something right with her. We are pleasers. We want to please in our world. And we want to please those around us. We want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So give me opportunities to please and I will. And if I'm not pleasing, then go back to writing my name down on that sheet and try to think, why aren't I? What is not wrong with me, but what's wrong in my world right now? That I am struggling, and that I am misbehaving, or that I am swearing, or that I'm disrespectful. What is going on in my world right now? Because I will tell you, you will find a good reason. 9 times out of 10, you will find a good reason. So redirection, close proximity, walking around, all of these. But I put it in the big